Investing is something that everyone should do in some way, in my opinion. Whether you have millions of bucks or if you just have $100, investing is one of the most powerful methods we have in terms of getting ahead in our finances. Before you get to spend any money, let me show you 5 tips that I recommend to prepare yourself mentally before you make your first investment. Come on in, let's talk about it. What's up, everyone? This is the Real Mark Cruz, and I'm here to keep it real with you on the things that matter the most, like your money, your mind, and your time. But before we get started, I have to let you know I am not a financial advisor, okay? I'm just a dude on the internet. This video is for entertainment and educational purposes only. Investing, unfortunately, is something that I don't think a lot of people are getting into as much as they should. People tend to be scared of the idea of letting their money sit and grow, and I'm not sure why. I don't know if that has anything to do or if it could be attributed to our instant gratification society, but investing can be a tool that can really shake things up, in your own life for the better if you allow it time to grow. Believe it or not, investing can literally change the outlook of your financial life pretty substantially. It can allow you to become financially free and less dependent on a single source of income. Here's the caveat though, and it's something I don't see mentioned too often at all. Prior to you investing in anything, I always recommend that you mentally prepare yourself for this new journey. You should do a mental checkup of sorts to make sure you are ready to commit to this. Here are 5 tips I ask you to consider before you jump in. First things first, you should definitely take inventory of where you are emotionally. Life can weigh pretty heavily on us before we even realize it. With the normal day-to-day stressors we encounter, to the upside down state of the world as it is right now, believe me, we are feeling it and we're all going through it. Take a moment to reflect on what you've been through though, and what you've learned from all of your experiences. Adopt an attitude of gratitude. Remind yourself that you are grateful for everything in your life, regardless of how insignificant it may seem. Those little spurts of gratefulness will begin to open your mind to accepting positive outcomes and set the tone for your investing journey. Something that seems to always rear its face whenever you're trying to do something new and uncharted is the negative self-talk we all do to ourselves. You've probably told yourself a number of things like, you won't do it, you're gonna fail, why even bother trying? Listen, you're not alone. I'd be lying to you if I said it doesn't happen to me even right now. I've been an entrepreneur for over 10 years and still, to this day, those thoughts creep up on me. That self-doubt never dies. It's always lingering and keeping tabs on you. What I've learned to do essentially is to reprogram my mind to not allow those thoughts to affect me as they used to. See, I see those thoughts now as motivation. The responses they trigger in my mind now become inspiration that I need to move on ahead. When those thoughts start, I respond with more tenacity and grit than before. The negative self-talk now, it drives me to prove myself wrong. On the flip side, you'll also encounter naysayers and people whose sole purpose in your life seems to be to instill fear in you or to stop you from completing your goals. They tend to disguise their comments as concerns or advice. I mean, come on. You have to create a system in your mind to filter through all of this noise. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes genuine advice can be beneficial, but most times it stems from a place of fear or inadequacy from the person trying to give it to you. I have a personal rule in my own life which I follow, in which I generally don't take advice from someone who hasn't done or accomplished what I'm trying to do. What sense would that make? How can they give me tips on something they have not experienced or have first-hand insight on? It's great to be open-minded, but not to the point of allowing someone to discourage you from your goals. Stay the course if that's important to your investing goals. Talking about goals, your next step should be to set realistic expectations for your investing journey. What do you want to accomplish by investing? Do you want to invest to create financial freedom? Are you saving up to get that sick car? Or are you planning longer term to buy the house of your dreams? Whatever your investing goals are, make them clear, precise, and quantifiable. Maintaining your momentum in any type of goal relies heavily on if you can measure how far or how close you are to completing it. It becomes a great way to hold yourself accountable. You don't want to be vague on your goals like, hey, I want to get out of debt, or I just want to be rich. What does that really mean? You can't measure those goals like that. If getting out of debt is one of your investing goals, great, but be more specific. How much debt do you want to get rid of? What is the numerical amount? By what time frame do you want to get this taken care of? The clearer you are with your investing goals, the easier it will be for you to keep track of them and to accomplish them. On the other hand, you also have to be realistic with your goals. Don't think because you're investing $1,000 into a stock that your money will grow 100 times over in a matter of days. Let's be for real. Setting unrealistic investing goals can hurt your process and even work against you. If you fail your unrealistic goal because it was too crazy or too far-fetched, you may end up placing yourself in an unwanted emotional spiral that may be extremely difficult to get out of. Setting your goals as actionable steps, or like with milestones, is going to continue to lead that momentum, and it will keep you motivated as you progress. Investing is such a personal experience. Many people invest, but no two people invest the exact same way. Although you can easily invest in anything that is hot and trending right now, for sustainable long-term strategy, try to find things or companies you understand and that you care about before you invest your first buck. Finding a cause or company you care about runs deeper than you think. If it's something you truly believe in, odds are when the company dips in the market, for example, you will still hold on and ride that wave all the way back up. If it's not something you care too much about, you might abandon ship at the smallest sign of danger because you truly don't care about that stock. Investing is a journey, my friends, that will be held together in the long term by your convictions. Having those strong convictions will keep you calm, regardless of where that investment goes. My last tip is pretty straightforward. Understand that investing in itself is a process. It's not going to happen overnight, and you won't magically wake up with mountains of cash just waiting. Grasp the idea that the process in itself is at times more beneficial to your long-term growth than the goal alone. The transformation you will notice in yourself will create more patience, perseverance, and resilience in you. These will be the skills you can use for the rest of your life. However, one part you don't hear too often is as time progresses, don't be afraid to adjust your goal or to abandon it altogether if it no longer serves you. Listen, we are human. We are fallible and imperfect. We are meant to have changing views on things. You can want something today and not care about it at all tomorrow. That is totally fine. Just don't beat yourself up over it. As long as your investing goals keep you motivated and keep your finances growing, that's really all that matters at the end of the day. Well, that's what I have for you guys today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with someone who might benefit from this information. If you'd like to get on the trading train, feel free to use my Webull link in the description below to get 2 free stocks after you deposit your first $100. You can get into pre-market with us before everyone else does, and trade when the market closes too. With that being said, my friends, keep your heads bright, your wallets tight, and grab your dreams like it's your right. Peace.